If looking for an affordable home in Bradford, stop searching. I am going to give you a complete guide on cheap places to live in Bradford. I'll break down everything from the real cost of living, like current home prices and average rent and amenities of each area, and most importantly, the cons. Let's get started. At number 5, East Bowling. Well, it's a real mixed bag, my friend. A lot of families who have been there for generations. You'll find a ton of local community events and youth hubs, which is awesome. It is a residential area, and it's part of the larger Bowling and Barker End ward. It's not a huge place, so you'll get to know your neighbors pretty quickly. All right, let's talk about the good things. For amenities, you've got the bowling pool and gym, and you're not far from Bradford City Center, so you have easy access to all the amenities you could want. Some people complain about a lack of opportunities, and you'll see some rundown areas with boarded up buildings. It's a place that's been hit hard by the decline of industry, and it's still finding its feet. Some folks who grew up there are fiercely proud of their community and wouldn't live anywhere else. They'll tell you that the bad reputation is overblown and that it's a friendly, welcoming place. My advice? Go and visit for yourself. Walk around, talk to people, and get a feel for the place. You're the only one who can decide if it's the right move for you. A good day is usually in the high 60s or low 70s. It gets cold, damp, and pretty gray. It rains a lot, and the days are short, so it can feel a little gloomy. You'll probably see some snow, but it's not like you're in the mountains. The housing is mostly terraced houses and some semi-detached homes. The median household income is around 28 to 32,000 pounds. It is one of the cheapest spots in Bradford. The median home price for a terraced house, which is the most common type of property here, is around 80,000 pounds to 110,000 pounds. For renters, you're looking at roughly 450 to 550 quid for a one-bedroom studio and 600 to 750 quid for a two-bedroom apartment or terraced house per month. It's definitely an area where you'd want to do a thorough inspection before you sign anything. It has a ton of budget-friendly supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl, plus a great selection of local markets, especially for South Asian ingredients. On the flip side, it's got a bit of a reputation, and I'm not gonna lie, some people on the local forums are not shy about calling it a shithole. The local forums have some pretty scary stories about crime, so it's definitely something to consider. Next place is Holme Wood. The area has a reputation, and let's be honest, it's not always a good one. There are issues with crime and antisocial behavior, and some people, especially at night, don't feel safe. You're not stuck in a concrete jungle. The area has access to green spaces and the countryside, which is a big plus. There are a number of primary schools in the area, like Wood Primary School and Carwood Primary School, so it's a place with a lot of families. I've been scrolling through some local forums, and people have a lot to say about Holme Wood. A common theme is that it's a place with a lot of potential, but it's held back by crime and a lack of opportunities. Summers are generally mild and pleasant with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Winters are cool and damp. The median household income was around 32,400 pounds. The median house price is about 152,026 pounds. For a one-bedroom flat, you're looking at an average of 534 quid per month. A two-bedroom flat will run you about 681 pounds per month. I couldn't find a specific average for a studio, but you can expect it to be a bit less than a one-bedroom. Most of the housing is social rented, with a lot of semi-detached houses. The cost of living is generally lower than in other major UK cities. It's not for everyone, but if you're looking for an affordable place with a little sense of community and you're not afraid of a little grit, it might just be the place for you. And number 3 is Great Horton, a real mix. On one hand, you've got this rich history, with some beautiful old buildings that whisper tales of the industrial past. On the other hand, it's a bustling, modern area with a diverse community. It's got a strong South Asian influence, which is awesome for the food scene. Some people will tell you it's rough around the edges, and they're not entirely wrong. You've got to have your wits about you, especially at night. It isn't just one monolithic block. It's made up of a few different areas, each with its own character. Like Scullamore is a residential area with a mix of housing. Paradise Green, the name is a bit of an oversell if I'm being honest. One of the more deprived areas of Bradford. This means you'll see issues with poverty, unemployment, and litter. While housing is cheap, it's not always in the best condition, but locals says it's not as bad as people say. I've lived here for years and never had any trouble. The drivers are crazy. It's like the Wild West on the roads. The weather can be a bit dramatic. You'll get your fair share of rain, but the summers can be lovely. The median household income is around £29,200. Median home price is around £144,538. Terraced houses go for about £107,527. Average rent for a studio, you'll pay around 508 quid per month. A one-bedroom will set you back about 550 quid, and a two-bedroom will be in the region of 950 quid. Runner-up is Laisterdyke. I've been doing some digging. First off, it's got a lot of history. It's got that old-school industrial Yorkshire feel. You'll see a lot of terraced houses, old mills, and a mix of new and old buildings. It's not a sleepy suburb, that's for sure. The kind of place where people are straight talkers. Don't expect a lot of sugarcoating here. They say what they mean, and they mean what they say. You've got good bus routes to get you into Bradford city centre and over to Leeds. The Laisterdyke pub seems to be a local hub with events and a welcoming atmosphere. Let's be honest, it's not the most polished part of Bradford. Some locals mentioned it can be a bit edgy. Bradford has a bit of a reputation for being a bit run down, and Laisterdyke is no exception. You'll get all 4 seasons in one day, and a lot of rain. But hey, at least you'll never be bored with the weather forecast, and the local sport is guessing what the weather will be in the next hour. The area around Parsonage Road has some good-sized end-of-terrace houses. You can find a decent-sized house for a fraction of what you'd pay in other parts of the UK. The average house price is around £180,000. For a terraced house, you're looking at around £114,214. For a studio, you're looking at around £410 per month. A one-bedroom flat is about 600 quid per month, and a two-bedroom is about 718 quid per month. Laisterdyke is in the BD4 postcode, which covers a lot of different neighborhoods. Some parts are better than others. Median household income is around £32,500. A lot of people say that your experience will depend on you. If you're friendly and you get to know your neighbors, you'll be fine. And at number 1 is Manningham. It's a place with a lot of character, that's for sure. It's got a rich history that you can see in the old mill buildings and the grand houses that the wool merchants built back in the day. Some people will tell you it's a rough area, and there are definitely some streets that have seen better days. You'll hear about crime and unemployment, and yeah, that's part of the story. But there's another side to it. There's a strong sense of community here. People look out for each other. It's a place of contrasts, a real mix of old and new and different cultures living side by side. If you're driving, you'll need to be patient. Manningham Lane is a major road, and it can get really busy. If you live near here, you'll have everything you need right on your doorstep. It's also home to Valley Parade, the stadium for Bradford City Football Club. Summers are mild and winters are cold and damp. But hey, at least you'll appreciate the sunny days when they do come along. The median household income is around £29,200 a year, and because of its reputation, you can find some surprisingly affordable housing. While the median home price for Bradford as a whole is around £180,000, it's where that number gets really interesting. Here you can find properties for significantly less than the city average, and rent for a studio apartment, you're looking at around 514 quid. A one-bedroom will be in the range of 550 quid, and a two-bedroom will be around 600 to 700 quid. A lot of the housing stock is older, so you'll find a mix of well-maintained properties and some that could use a bit of TLC. You can get a good deal on groceries, especially if you shop at the local independent stores. You'll find a great selection of fresh produce and international foods. Now the conversation continues with you. Share your own experiences and comments. Your insight could be a massive help to someone else. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe.